Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on...
SmokeyBear.com, with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
You're listening to the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL, Milwaukee, a Milwaukee Black media company.
The views and opinions of the hosts and guests of this program are of their own and not a reflection of Milwaukee Black Media or 101.7 The Truth. Good afternoon, Milwaukee. You're tuned in to the lunch break on 101.7 The Truth, where everything is an option on the menu.
And one thing about me, I'm a tough cookie, but I know what I can't do, and I'm not suffering. All right, I fought my whole life. I'm all right.
Excuse me, Cletus. Hopper, who this man?
Yeah, I wasn't doing it. So I was like, I'm not paying $1,000 to sleep on somebody's couch.
Grab your lunch, hit send on that email, and get ready for the best hour of your day.
My way of thinking is that the parents do all they can, but once the kids leave out that door, whatever have you, they make their own decisions. I don't care if you're 9 or 99, it's still your decision about the situations that you get involved yourself in.
We talking about taxpaying citizens who look into their taxes. Look into this. We talking about elected officials doing backdoor deals, and somehow she still want to blame immigrants. That's what we talking about right now. We following the money, and you still want to blame black people and immigrants and welfare and all of these things for policies and backdoor deals that put poor people in worse position.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the 3rd Street Market Hall.
Like you said, they want to pad their pockets, but they need a reason to push things through. And I guess the low-hanging fruit is, okay, well, this is a problem, right? Y'all want to fix the problem, and they just hope nobody looks into it like, wait, when did food trucks become an issue?
Here are your hosts, Ray Nitty and maybe Shannon.
Good afternoon, Milwaukee. How you are doing? This is the lunch break live on Truth 101.7 FM, located in the heart of downtown Milwaukee in the 3rd Street Market. Live from the American Family Insurance Studios. It's your boy Ray Nitty and my co-host maybe Shannon. Shannon, how you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling all right.
Shannon came in hot. What's going on? What was that, Shannon? What was that, Zach?
I was looking at the screen. Zach probably know why I was like, oh no.
What is going on? Shay, you all right? Happy 4th of July.
Glitching over here already.
It's July 6th.
On the 4th.
Right. You know. She went off like a firework just now. Man. How are you? Like, what the hell was that, Shannon? I thought somebody else had
You thought we got hacked.
Man, straight up.
Somebody hacked into the lunch break. They trying to take over.
I thought Xavier was hitting us with a prank call again. He caught me one time, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know until Zach said who it was. But Shannon, tell the people where they can find us, man. Tell the people where they can find us at, man. Now that you got that out.
Yeah, they can find us on Facebook break. Make sure you guys follow, like, engage. You can also find us on YouTube, 101.7.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We got the gnome that be kidnapping Shannon Mike every now and then. We got a little magical gnome. If you didn't hear what she said you could follow us on The Lunch Break on Facebook, and you could also listen live on The Truth 101 on YouTube. Also, make sure you follow us on our Instagrams. Hers is at @maybeshannon_, and mine's is at Raynitty, RAYNITTI. You can follow us on all platforms. The phone number to call in is 833-212-1017. Once again, the phone number to call in is 833-212-1017. You could also text that phone line if you can't call in right now and have a conversation with us, but we still would love to hear from you, whether that's text message or phone call. And then don't forget to check us out on YouTube, and you can chat with us in there as well. Man, how was your 4th of July weekend, Shannon?
Man, it was pretty chill, actually. That's the crazy part. Like, I unexpectedly had a free day, so I was like, man, this is nice. A lot of times for like holidays, I genuinely just take it for like a free day because my daughter ends up going with her family because, you know, they got a big family over there. They be having fiestas and whatnot. So look, I can't compete with that. I'm like, listen, I understand, baby. You don't want to be with me. It's boring. Cool. Have fun. So they be having the time of their life over there. So I'll be at home chilling by myself half the time, or I'll end up working or something. But it ended up being like a completely free day. So that was really nice.
Man, was it?
What about yours? What about yours?
Y'all had a lot of fireworks going on out there?
Man, it was a beautiful sight to see, right? Look, they light up the whole strip. That'd be pretty dope. Like how they have the whole situation going, like everything, like every single property has a show pretty much. Even like off the strip, a lot of places like get involved and they put a lot of money into it. You can tell like they put a lot of effort and time into it. So it's dope to see like what people come up with. You know what I'm saying? Look.
So is it like
look what money do? Look.
So they let fireworks off, or is it like more like a light show? Because I know I've been seeing people pivot
it was a
to
fireworks show.
That
Like
was
those drones, right?
Yeah, I've been I know Milwaukee, we went to we pivoted away from the Big Bang to now it's the drone show that they have. And it's getting mixed reviews. Some people like it, some people don't like it. So, you know, tomato.
I feel like it's something about seeing the fireworks and hearing the noise and like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's different because we did have a drone show here recently in Vegas, and I saw it and I was like, that's pretty cool, but after you see it for like a few minutes, you're like, okay, whatever. Like something about the fireworks, the noise, the boom, the like colors, like it just really grabbed your attention.
Yeah.
But I could also see how that could be dangerous.
Yeah.
A little more risky. People blowing their hands off every year. So
Man,
that's a problem.
I didn't see any lost limbs this year from the fireworks.
You sure?
I ain't gonna lie, the bun kind of bunning
Probably not
right
from probably not from the fireworks, but look.
Right, some old other things. Man, I saw somebody's house, you know, I think we spoke about this the last time about people aimlessly shooting up into the air. I saw somebody's house got hit by falling bullets and so forth. But yeah, we're gonna get into that. You asked me how my weekend was.
They skipped the drone show and went straight into bullets.
Oh yeah, then we're gonna show you a drone. We're gonna show you a drone. You ever seen
a drone strike?
You ever see a drone strike is insane. I told y'all Shannon is the wild card.
I ain't did nothing wrong.
Man, but my weekend was I ain't gonna lie. This might have been like the best weekend of my entire life, folks. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Look, we gotta hear about this. Who said the best
I
weekend
know,
of his
right?
life? Man, you married and got kids. You got some making up to do. Like, hold on. What you mean?
Chill out, Shannon.
Excuse me? Look, my bad. I'm stirring up mess.
Oh man.
Sorry, guys.
Look, I looked over to see if she was in the chat, but
Right. Look, do I have to whisper it?
no, man. So we was supposed to be off for the 4th of July. Was that the 4th? No, that was the 3rd. That was the 3rd. We were supposed to be off for the 3rd. And man, I got a phone call from Reggie Brown. Shouts out to Reggie Brown. And he was like, "Man, Nitty, what time is y'all show tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Well, it's 12 to 1. We got some updates on that coming soon." It was 12 to 1. So he was like, "Man, Buju gonna be in town and they need to do an interview." And I instantly start like, I'm sweating, Shannon. So like, if you know me, Shannon.
He said, "Look, I'm at the studio right now."
Shannon, this is like at 11 o'clock at night. And what's crazy is like, I was just about to wind down. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just hit Reggie tomorrow. But it's like, all right, Reggie Brown don't just call anybody at any time. So I'm like, let me answer this call. So, man, he said Buju Banton is trying to, I may gotta do this in my accent because I can't even talk about this without like really giving it the true essence that it's supposed to have. But he called me and he like, Buju want to do an interview. He want to do an interview to promote the album and the show. So I start panicking, Shannon. I text Zach like, "Bro, Buju want to come in the station." It's like, can we make this happen?
We gotta get there now.
So I'm sleep all night like, please don't cancel. Please don't cancel. Please don't cancel. And then in the morning we got the information that it was happening. So I'm like geeked. Then I saw you text the chat like, "Oh, y'all, I ain't even gonna make it. I got a flat tire." And I was like, I don't even think Shannon know we was off today.
Honestly, you know what's funny? I was gonna say that for off air. Look, y'all be treating me like the redheaded stepchild. I did not. They was like, "Be safe." Look, good. Somebody told her.
Shannon, we had this conversation.
They cut my tires instead. No, I'm just playing.
But man, so for people that don't know, for me, Buju Banton was like my childhood hero musically. I listened to the Till Shiloh album every day, every night, I said everybody was listening to it. It was a huge album, especially back then. And I want to say that was 96 when that came out. I was still living in the Virgin Islands at the time. And the things that he was preaching in the music was so like different from what we traditionally was getting. Shouts out to Stacy in the chat, said, "Nitty, what's the word, my brother? And peace, Black Queen. What it do?" I could be a Black King. Like, don't limit my titles.
Hold on now.
But no, shouts out to Stacy for the love. But so he was, the things that he talked about, the empowering that he was talking about. These lines always stand out to me. It was like, "Strangest feeling I'm feeling, but Jah love we will always be leaving. Though you may think my faith is in vain, till Shiloh we chant Rastafari's name." That's how his album started, right? And something about that just gave me chills. And then it went into his other song called "Till I'm Laid to Rest." And it was just talking about the uprising of Black people and the empowerment of music and how we should be uplifting each other and putting God first and using music as a tool to reach people and share stories and share knowledge and share light. And to be interviewing this guy, first of all, I never was able to see him in concert. So we was already going to the show. Me and the wife was already going to the show. I already had tickets. As a matter of fact, we gonna let's take a break real quick and then we'll get back to this. Don't go anywhere. You are live on the lunch break on the Truth 101.7 FM with Ray, Nitty, and Shannon. General.
Yes, I. Enough respect.
How you feeling, General? Welcome to Milwaukee.
Irie, man. Irie. Thank you very much. Enough respect. I'm passing through Milwaukee, coming through the BMO Pavilion with Steve Marley later to share some great reggae music with the masses. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Truth listeners, we have the legend, the most influential person in music history. In my opinion, me and care what nobody say you can argue with yourself. Buju Banton himself. Big Buju the General.
Hey.
Just to get
thank you very much.
Quick, history.
Very much, brothers.
Yes, General. So, for people that don't know, when I was a youth, I talking small in St. Thomas of Virgin Islands, Till Shiloh Saved My Life. That album saved my life.
Oh, ja.
You check, my mother was going through all types of vibes and the messages that you were delivering to people, poor people, any people that were listening, people that look like us. The message about unity and togetherness and you check what he's saying? Them message stick with me since I was a young.
Independent and resilient and the ability to bounce back from adversity. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Strengthen the people.
The African American Roundtable, black-led organization on Milwaukee's far northwest side, has launched a safety campaign rooted in the basic need of food access. It's called Feed the Change MKE. Through community engagement, AART learned that easy access to and education about locally sourced and fresh food would help people feel healthier and safer. Also, local food providers need to learn how to engage the community, build awareness, and stay in our community long-term. So Feed the Change MKE encourages people to know, grow, prepare, and share food, especially from community-owned and operated stores, gardens, markets, and other culturally relevant sources. We can't rely on big corporations to meet these needs. That's why we must demand the city to invest $1 million into the Healthy Food Establishment Fund, formerly called the Fresh Food Access Fund. Join AART's campaign to win a dignified and choiceful system that we all can thrive in. Visit AARTMKE.org to learn more about Feed the Change MKE.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
You can't buy a best friend. You can love them, walk them, pet them, and care for them, whether they want you to or not. You can take a picture or 50. You can fly to the moon, travel the world, or just stay in bed. You can't buy a best friend like that, but you can adopt one. There are millions of pets waiting for a best friend just like you. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Pretty lady, my baby,
coming on this country. Well, anyhow, you make a feel butterflies. I'm gonna love you for life. No doubt, I see potential in your eyes. I wanna love you for life. No doubt. Anyhow, you make a feel butterflies.
Yes, Big Buju Banton. If you don't know, that was Butterflies off his new album dropping July 17th. The album is called Too Bad. Shouts out to Buju, man, for blessing Truth Nation with his presence, his aura, everything. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Zach, I was fanning out, bro. I was fanning out, Zach. Shannon, I fanned out. Shannon.
You got to sometimes. You deserve to fan out every now and then, okay?
Shannon, I fanned out, dog. I fanned out. I couldn't hide it. I think if you look at the replay, I'm cheesing from ear to ear. Cheesing from ear to ear, man. But once again, shouts out to Buju, man. This show, Shannon, we got the extendo today. We got the extendo
they was
today.
using on the 4th. Look, no,
Right. Man, that's what they you know what? Say that was a distasteful joke. I'm glad I caught myself.
Bruh.
But we will talk about that later. We will talk about it later.
Well, I think I know exactly what you was gonna say, but you know what?
Yeah, so just to kind of give the people's kind of what today's show is about. You know, we want to talk about Buju at the big gig. We're gonna talk about the interview and so forth. Then we also want to talk about the incidents that happened on Summerfest grounds. Obviously, things like this happen. It seems like it's just part of the routine now. It seems like business as usual, whether it's fights or whatever. Then we had some situations on Brady Street. Brady Street has been getting extremely violent.
They've been having a rough run because Brady Street used to kind of be like that low key duck off spot. Not even like it was like business professionals would go out there, I would think. You know what I'm saying? And I think the garage used to be more lit, but like mostly it was like 35 and up crowd still going out having a good time. It wasn't what we see right now. So it's a crazy turn.
Yep. So if you saw the videos that took place, then you may know what we're alluding to. But a police officer was hurt by firework. And then we want to talk about Shannon. You brought this to my attention, Shannon. It sounds like something that happened around the Super Bowl, and that was the first time I heard about it. Actually, a young kid that was pronounced dead by a doctor, a toddler. I think how old was I don't remember the age right now, but
I want to say the child was 2.
Okay,
I want to say it was a 2-year-old.
Yep, and then
very young, not over 4.
Yep. Then they found the child alive in the morgue. So
insane.
We're gonna talk about all of that. We're gonna talk about all of that today. But anything you wanna share before we get started, Shannon? I know you like to shoot from the hip. Pew pew.
No, I'm here listening. I'm vibing. I'm hearing you fan out. I'm liking to hear the experience. You stopped that. Y'all had the tickets already. I was ready for the rest of the story.
Got it. No, okay. I'm just making sure, man. Sometimes
listen.
Sometimes, Shannon.
Have your moment. Look, you got to interview an idol of yours. Y'all had the tickets already. So yeah.
No, for sure. Make sure y'all go catch that Buju Banton interview on full on YouTube. Please run that interview up. And yeah, man, Shannon, it's official, man. The lunch break, we got a whole extra hour now, man. So you can catch us and all our shenanigans from 12 to 2 every weekday right here on The Truth, 101.7. Shannon, they gave us more time. You know what that means,
They gave us more time. You know what I mean, right? Let me grab this Henny. No, I'm just.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Exactly.
Hennessy mimosas. This the lunch break, y'all. No, I'm just playing.
More trouble. More trouble.
I'm joking. We got more knowledge. We gonna get them more knowledge. Them people was hungry. They starving for knowledge, and we gonna give it to them here on the lunch break. How y'all like how I fixed that up with a side of Hennessy mimosas?
Little Hennessy spritzer. Little Hennessy spritzer. All right, man. So Friday, July 3rd, before Shannon take us to happy hour. Friday, July 3rd, Buju Banton headline, the BMO Pavilion. Jesus, Shannon, you got me. You'd have thought I had a Hennessy mimosa for breakfast. But yeah, he headlined the BMO Pavilion with Stephen Marley and DJ Splackavelli. It was a bunch of amazing culture, amazing love. All the Caribbean people was out there. The crowd, the energy was dope. We had flags out there. It was just for me, it was great to see and be a part of it because, like I said, I've never been able to see him perform live. And when he got done with his vacation and came back home, he had his welcome home show. And that show was in the Virgin Islands. It was in Tortola, and I couldn't make it back home to see that, and I was just so salty, man, that I couldn't see it. And then here it is, he's performing in Milwaukee. For the record, Shannon, I wrote Summerfest. Like, yo.
Did you?
Hell yeah. Can I say hell yeah?
You wasn't messing around.
Shannon, I wrote them. The day my wife sent me the like, yo, Buju Banton and Stephen Marley is performing this summer. I'm like, no way, you lying. So I wrote them like, yo, I would love to perform. I was going to perform for free. I wanted to be direct support, whatever that looked like. Give me 15 minutes just to bless the stage with the
let
God.
Me be production. Look,
you feel
I
me?
Don't even care.
Straight up. But they ain't even respond to me, man. So now the price going up. But
yesterday's price
there you go.
Not today's price.
That's why Zech is who he is. You feel what I'm saying? The price went up, Shannon. They could have had Needy for free. Now it's gonna be for $3. But man, so he, like I said earlier, he preaches about the power of music and how it helps our people in so many different ways, right? And what it brought me to is at the same time while he's on stage preaching this, you had the next day where it was all these fights, and it's this reoccurring issue of young people, or not just young people, right? Because it'd be adults as well. And I don't want people to think that it just be young black people down at Summerfest fighting. It'd be all walks of life getting into it, all right? So let's clear that out. It's just ours are a little bit more
people overindulging.
Yeah, a lot of ours is just more so publicized and headlined more, right? So he was always talking.
I saw somebody share this, and like, just because this video specifically, I think was the video, and somebody like shared our student out, and that type of community is what's needed in a lot of these situations. I just wanted to make that note, but I'm sorry.
No, you good, Shannon. Yeah, so he's talking about unity and all of these things, and it's like why Buju in Milwaukee matters to me. It was like he was a man who rebuilt his life and legacy, preaching elevation on our lakefront, and it wasn't just a concert; it was like a sermon. You know what I'm saying? With some Caribbean bass lines to it. You feel what I'm saying? And he's up there with Stephen Marley, who's the son of Bob Marley. If we know Bob Marley, we know everything that Bob stood for, right? And it's two royal bloodlines of reggae on the same stage, passing the torch. For me, being born and raised from St. Thomas, Caribbean music was my home, it's in my home and so forth. And it just felt personal to me. So now to hear all of this and knowing what that music meant and seeing these young people and people in general get into it or whatever the case may be, it brought up the conversation, Shannon, and we've had this conversation on offline, but the conversation of who keeps us safe? Who's keeping us safe down here at Summerfest, right? Now, are you familiar? Well, you are familiar because 414 Life was up at they came up and we interviewed Reggie and Amir, and I can't remember the other brother that we interviewed, but they talked about the intervention, the violence interruption that they do. And if you are on YouTube, you can see it because we got the coldest producer in the game showing y'all some of the things. Dang, she got her by the hair, a headlock, and by the leg. Like, golly.
Turning somebody every way but loose was a person right there.
You feel what I'm saying? So you see all of this. You see all of these. Somebody say, remember Harrell. Food bought, watch back. I don't know what that means. But you see all of these things going on. And keep in mind, Summerfest, I've been seeing fights at Summerfest since I was a young person. So we gonna let's take another break real quick and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You are live on the Truth 101.7 FM.
Don't go anywhere. Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. Improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to health care and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Dummy on the beat, so it's a banger.
All right. Welcome back. You are now tuned in to the lunch break, live on Truth 101.7 FM with your boy Ray Nitty and my homegirl, maybe Shannon. My shooter, Shannon. What's happening?
What up?
Pew, pew.
Man, what's up?
Pew, pew.
What's happening, man? Shouts out to the man. Zach be having the vibes in the background, man. This is the WIFL rhythm. Buju did a joint on there called X-Rated as well. Make sure y'all check that out. It's actually on the album. Once again, the album is called Too Bad, dropping July 17th. Man, so Shannon, we talking about who keeps us safe at Summerfest. We know last year's final night was July 5th, 2025. MPD responded to several fights, roughly 21 people ejected from the grounds, citations issued. Earlier altercations on June 28th was also confirmed. Aldermen demanded changes. Summerfest promised a security review. They did things like metal detectors, bag checks, MPD partnerships, zero tolerance ejections. This year, the fest wrapped up on July 4th. The question is whether the review changed anything and whether ejections and citations are actually prevention or just cleanup. What's your thoughts on that, Shannon? Did you think like do you think that's enough? Because obviously I got my thoughts, but I like to know what you think.
I think doing a review on security is not enough, right? I feel like it's just cleanup at some point because there are other resources that could possibly help prevent these things from happening that haven't been tapped into. And it feels like after, like you said, this has been going on since we were kids. You would think after so long there would be better planning. So that's what I think. At this point, it just sounds like cleanup.
No, I agree. I think it's very reactionary. I think, and I'm not saying it's not needed. I'm not saying get rid of police from Summerfest, get rid of security for Summerfest. No, I'm not saying that. But the training that, these individuals have, in my opinion, if anybody knows what proper security and police training is, then please feel free to call in, 833-212-1017. But to my knowledge, the training that they receive is to respond to something after it already happens. You feel me? So typically,
and barely that.
You know what I mean? So typically they're taught to react to incidents that have already happened with whatever training that they have, whether that's force or limited force or deadly force or whatever force or non-force or whatever training that they decide to use, right? Here's my thoughts, Shannon. And I brought this up because we have organizations that have done this type of work. It's called violence prevention, right?
Right.
You have organizations like 414 Life. You have the other model at the city as well. What is critical response teams that they have. And then you have folks like Von Mays and these other individuals and the Dream Team and Missing Link that does this work. So here's the difference, right? This is the real difference to me. Whereas, and I'm not saying it's bad or whatever, but it's a difference, and to me it matters. Where you have security and police officers react, right, to something that already happened. You have these organizations that we just mentioned who are preventing these things from happening, right? So before the first punch is thrown, they're once putting their lives on the line, literally getting in between people from fighting, shooting. And we've seen this numerous times and times again in our community at different areas in the city. But to me, they not getting the support that they really deserve. They get very minute budgets, and then they get orange T-shirts and gun locks and say, hey, here, go stop violence, go intervene, go prevent crimes and all of these things, right? And they doing this on the smallest of budgets and making tremendous things happen in the community. This is a thought. This is just a thought, right? I ain't saying that this is what needs to happen. I'm just saying it's something that maybe we should look into, right? And once again, I ain't saying eliminate any of the organizations that is already doing the work, right? But what does it look like, Shannon, if there was privatized violence prevention interrupters? Meaning,
especially ones that know the community, they know these children, they know how to interact with these children. You got security and police officers that don't always know how to interact with our community. That might make the situations worse.
100%. So that's my logic, right? Usually, and they call them credible messengers. So usually they are successful because they have relationships with these young people already. They know some of these young people already. They know the family members of these young people already. They live in the neighborhoods with some of these young people already. You feel me?
Yeah.
So they have a familiar face. Typically, it's somebody that they respect, whether it's a Vaughn or Miss Farina or whoever. You know what I'm saying? But they have a different level of respect for these people. And you see them put that thought into their actions first and then say, you know what, I'm going to go another route. So my thoughts is privatize it. Privatize violence interruption. And once again, I ain't saying take away the things that's already there. But I say that because you have things like the entertainment district downtown, right? Where instead of blaming things on food trucks, you know, or you want young people to do whatever or move around or whatever. Like, what is it like if all these businesses that want safer measures offer a contract to one of these companies, one of these organizations, and
their presence down there might make a big difference instead of throwing up signs that say no thugs and all this other stuff.
Come on now, and suspending.
How much y'all pay for them signs?
Exactly. That's just my thoughts, right? So it shouldn't have to just be a city program. I'm not even saying I'm right. This is just something I've been thinking about. You know, let Summerfest, let the festivals and the venues contract trained violence interrupters the same way they contract security guards and police. And then just make de-escalation a line item and not just like charity, like, oh yeah, we're going to give them this and some more flashlights and T-shirts so they can, as you can see, there's, you know, that's not just black people. If you're looking on the YouTube, you can see who's doing what. So why not?
Everybody overindulging. Man got a purse on handling business, okay?
You feel what I'm saying? Grooving. You feel what I'm saying? So why?
Look, I would think he'd be safe. He got a purse on and he over there slanging them. Look at him.
Come on, just throwing punches and purses.
You don't know me. Oh. Y'all know that? You're not my dad. Let go of my purse.
You're not my dad.
Yo, he had to make sure the purse was still there. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
No,
y'all gotta check us out on YouTube so y'all can see what we narrating here.
Oh, Sherwin left his mic sponge. This is nice, Sherwin. You might not get this back.
Gotta hide.
But what's my logic in this, Shannon? My logic is that security and police officers reacts and interrupters prevent. A guard ejects you after the punch. Credible messengers talk you down before you throw it. You feel me? Yeah. Private events profit off our community all the time. They can pay the community. They can pay for community-rooted safety.
Yeah.
Just
if they
my
wanted
thought.
To stop, they gotta invest in it, basically.
Come on. And then think about
I feel like a lot of those Summerfest security guards, from what I understand, like I said, I'm not a security guard. I don't know. But from security guards that I know, they're told to report the problem. Half the time, they're not even supposed to put their hands on you. They're not even supposed to be breaking up the fight. Like you said, it's like an afterthought. Like, it's like, if this does happen, report it and call the police. Like, half the time, they're not trained to do any of that. So it's like, what are we doing to prevent this? It's not even like, what are we doing even in the moment? It's just cleanup.
Yep. And then, do you remember last year at State Fair? I felt like I even remembered State Fair putting in a request for like 414 Life to to come down to State Fair and like for free.
Man, look, we'll give you a free ticket to the big slide
and a corn.
Hey, they might give him a cream puff. Hold on.
You out of your damn mind.
And a corn.
You might get a cream puff or whatever. Free slide and a cream puff. All right, level it up a little bit. Have some heart.
They gave us, they offered us some. As a matter of fact, speaking of corn, Shannon, what you got? What you got on the lunch menu today before we go to this break, man? Shannon, I just got hungry,
man. Bruh. Listen, at UW Milwaukee, students don't have to wait until college to start building their future. Roar Ready lets students in K through 12th grade join in on hands-on programs across the campus, from science and tech to arts, sports, and more. Students try new things, meet new people, and build skills that matter. Get started today at uwm.edu/roar, ROAR, ready.
We Craig and Day Day, so just kick back, relax. You heard what happened to the last security guards.
You didn't even hear what happened to the last security guard.
Don't know that.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K3 through 8. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkuprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like, it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Double up. 3 or 4 times, I ain't telling no lies, I just run it up. Never let a hard time humble us. Double up. I ain't telling no lies, I just, yeah. I ain't telling no lies, I just.
5, 4, 3, 2, that's time. I got to you that money, my dreams come true, my life in diamonds. Who knew? Who knew?
What up, y'all? Welcome back to the lunch break on Truth 101.7 FM, located in downtown Milwaukee in the 3rd Street Market Hall. Live from the American Family Insurance Studios. It's your boy Ray Nitty and my co-host, maybe Shannon. Shannon, how you feeling, man?
Man, feeling good. We nearing the first half of our 2-hour stretch. That's why 2 hours was needed. That went by too quick. We were just getting into some things.
Right, and we still got so much more.
Right, that's why I'm happy to be here for 2 hours, man. For real. Look, the gnome not taking my mic no more. Look, life is good over here, man. Look, life is good.
Man.
How you feeling so far, Ray?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, Shannon. I just got some news that just kind of threw me, so I'm just regathering myself real quick.
Well, take your time and regather.
Yeah, we'll pick it back up. But just to get back to what. Oh, let's talk to Al. We got Al on line 1. Al, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I think you and Shannon need to hurt some feelings. Because, see, what's going on out here in these streets, Mama and Daddy should have took care of that before it came out the house. So the thing is, even with all the office violence prevention, y'all need to be asking these parents, why do we got to tell something that came out of your urethra how to act? Because that's not your responsibility to tell somebody fudge that was birthed at 9 months how to act. You know, and I'll be the first to say, because I know y'all won't say it, some of you parents ain't good for sugar, honey, iced tea. Point blank, period. You're sitting up there getting high with your kids. Some of your daughters ain't nothing but walking glory holes.
So, I agree with you. Some of them not. But, and I think we had this conversation before, Al. At what point do we give a damn about somebody else? And if we say the village this, we love to say, oh, the village, but it feels like we don't have a village no more, Al. Is that the case?
We don't have a village because when the village did tell somebody else's kid what not to do, Mama walking down the street with all them hips with a butcher knife saying, don't talk to my kid. That's the problem. That's why some of the people don't want them in the village. Because, see, some of these mothers are sitting there having their kids say, leaving in at the very cool vein at 2 o'clock in the morning, talking about taking me to go get my groceries in that stolen car. That's why Grandma not driving her grandma keys. So y'all need to tell these people, listen, I know y'all like baby daddy. I know sometimes in-house penis is good, but you need to raise your effing kids, because if you don't, the streets going to raise them. And then y'all going to be doing GoFundMes. See, here's the thing. Don't nobody want to hurt nobody's feelings. So everybody got to live in fear. Grandma can't drive her greens because he's sitting down there with his 24 flying down the street tearing up your sugar, honey, I see. Well, but then when he gets 30 and 40, I'm with Christ. I done got saved. But you didn't go back to all them people that you cost money and PTSD because he wanted to be a heathen and a bastard who didn't give a damn.
Yeah, some people do
Be
though.
honest.
Some people do go back. Some people do go back to the communities that they terrorized.
We don't. I understand, but I don't care if you get saved. Don't wait till life go to sugar honey iced tea and you want to come back and say sorry.
So what's the solution, Al? What's the solution? Because what I hear is everybody say it ain't our responsibility to raise nobody else's kids and so forth. So I feel like we had this conversation before. Are we just saying to hell with these kids?
Nobody else. So what do the black people supposed to do? Go to work every day? Keep taking losses because you don't know how to say leaving in because don't nobody want to use Plan Bs. You can buy a jar of Vaseline that they've been using since the late 1800s as birth control. We the blacks can't keep taking losses. That's why we are where we are now. And I know some of you parents are part of the cocaine era when you was tooking and snorting all that devil dust and y'all walking around here missing y'all two middle teeth on the top and the bottom, and then y'all sitting there, y'all shouldn't even be allowed in the neighborhood with the blacks. That's why our neighborhood look like sugar honey iced tea. I'm not going to sit here and say, I know you got problems. God damn it, I got problems too. And I didn't have these problems until you started laying in that bed with your legs.
Our neighborhoods look like that because people litter, Al. Our neighborhoods look like that because people litter. And that ain't just bad kids. I seen people with good jobs throw stuff on the ground too. So I done seen, we could talk about what, our neighborhoods look like, but it ain't just, everybody ain't messed up that's just littering in the hood. You got people that...
I feel like some people go to the hood just to litter.
Exactly. To dump.
Yeah.
Like they care less about what's going on over here, so they're going to do it here.
They come into the community, dump all of this, whatever. And sure, sometimes it's people like that look like us that's doing that. But I just think that, man, we have gotten so far away from caring about each other. And that's what concerns me the most. I'm not saying what Al is saying is wrong. Yes, it's not our responsibility, but at what point do we have some sort of responsibility to just care? And I think that's what we're getting away from. Yeah, it ain't our responsibility to raise nobody kid, but it is our responsibility to still shed some sort of guiding light, even if they not getting it at home. But
and sometimes that give us more of a reason to be that person, because if you saying the parents ain't right, the parents don't have the resources, the parents don't have the knowledge, then that takes more of the community to step in and tell these young people the right way, because you don't know unless you know. That's a saying I didn't understand when I was younger, but some people really just don't know there's a better way. Some people just don't understand or know this ain't the way to be living because they haven't seen anything else. And if you saying their whole family is raised in chaos and all of this stuff is going on, who from the inside gonna teach them the right way if they don't even know? So they'll never know unless the community shows them. But we're gonna get back into this after this break. Make sure y'all hit us up at 101.7 The Truth on YouTube. Join the conversation. We'll be right back.
Don't go anywhere. Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Milwaukee Black Talk on 101.7 FM.
The Truth.
And 1510 AM. W269DL. Milwaukee. A Milwaukee Black media company.
I bet. Good luck, and fool.
Let's make me believe it. Let's make me believe it. Believe you won't deceive me.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to Hour 2 on the lunch break. It's the extended lunch break, man.
Crazy sentence.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah. You know everything gonna be okay. Shouts out to Business Boy producing this too, man. Milwaukee own Biz, my brother Biz. We gotta get Biz on the show. That's my brother, man. I'm super proud of bro, man. We've been through a lot in the music game, man. Real quick, man, I gotta say rest in peace to Kamoy, my nephew back home in the Virgin Islands. Well, not my blood nephew, but I met him when we went home for the gender reveal for my niece. So he was the father of my niece's child. The child is not even one. So rest in peace to Kamoy, and prayers to the family, as I know they're dealing with this tragic incident that happened back home in the British Virgin Islands. I love you, Soraya. You know, Uncle love you, and I'm going to be coming home soon. Welcome to Hour 2 on the lunch break. We talking about community. We talking about the village. We talking about not making his excuses. Jasmine said, I love Al. Shouts out to the chat as well. Anita Nicole says, great convo. I see both sides. Al speaking facts, and I understand we need to find balance with community involvement versus making excuses. And I agree with what Al is saying. I don't disagree with him at all. Only thing I ask is that, like, are we giving up? And that's what it sounds like, because and that's dangerous to me. If everybody just... Definitely. If everybody just take the position of, I'm only going to care about mines. And the funny part is like, even people who think they're doing an amazing job at raising kids still will find a way to mess up. And you don't want nobody to just be like, all right, to hell with your kid because they made a mistake once. Some kids make it more than once.
And what I will say too is, with that mindset, you actually, so I want to choose my words wisely and make sure this is coming across the correct way. So if your child is in this community and the rest of the kids are running around doing whatever they want to do, and everybody else just nobody else cares about nobody else's kids, right?
Mhm.
What do you think gonna come of your kid? Because no matter how great you are as a mother or a father, your child still has to go out into this community and go to these schools and these classrooms filled with kids that aren't cared for, that aren't looked after, that aren't hearing the right advice or not being raised properly. So you're really doing yourself and your child a disservice by not stepping up and into these other children's lives. Because at the end of the day, unless you move off somewhere into another community, your child is still part of this community. And a lot of people are victims of community. And like, as somebody, I'm not fresh out of high school, but I could still remember kids from high school that I went to high school with, or middle school even, that I just thought was these good kids. And I just knew, like, man, this kid is smart. They gonna be a doctor or something. They gonna do something great. They are in jail or dead because they're a part of the community still. I'm talking kids who have strict parents who at every point will pop up at that school and be looking through that classroom door like, what's going on? Because they're still part of the community. They still have to interact with the rest of the community. They fall victim to stupid stuff. Wrong place, wrong time is more. It's more than likely going to happen when you're in a community of a bunch of unloved kids and nobody's stepping up, nobody's telling them nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like, you're really doing yourself a disservice by only looking out for you and yours. You still have to live in that community. You still have to find a way to thrive in that community. And if you don't take hold of that community, you will fall victim to that community. So, and like, as far as saying like, the parents need to do this and that. Okay, so now we're looking at the factor of like, let's educate the parents, right, of these teenagers. But in a few episodes ago, we just talked about how at about 10 years old, if you ain't installing certain morals and like lessons into these kids, they will get away from you. So we're already talking about parents of teenagers. They have already gotten away from them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to have people that are willing to step in. We have to have people that are willing to not raise these kids, but face these kids, right? Because we can't go back. If we start educating the parents now, we need to start educating the elementary school parents. And then we get to wait another 5 years to see if it works out. But we'll have to, I guess, ignore these kids right now today that are causing all the chaos.
Yeah.
So it's not as easy as like, ignore these kids and yell at the parents.
Right.
It's not that easy.
Right. It need family intervention. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
these kids are reacting this way because, like you said, the environment, the household. We don't like, yes, Al 100% right. We do have to be careful because you do have parents that be like, don't talk to my kid. Don't tell my kid. Like, okay, I'm going to talk to you then. Because clearly that's who needs to be talked to. And we can't just be okay with just somebody saying, don't speak to my kid, and then just like, okay, well, I ain't going to say nothing to nobody. Well, like, okay. For instance, take Larry Brazil, the guy whose stuff got broken into. As a matter of fact, we just launched a GoFundMe to help support Larry as well. He could have took the position of like, you know what? To hell with these kids. They all going to jail. From 9 to 19, you go into jail. The one that's on bracelet for attempted robbery and possible murder, you going to jail. And he could have took that, but Larry reflected on his own life and his own decisions and the things that people didn't do for him and wished that he would have had, and he offered them a chance. Yeah, we spoke to the kids, but we also made it a priority to go speak to the parents too. And even in going to speak to the parents, you saw some of the parents dealing with whatever it was they was dealing with. That's not for us to judge, though, because that's not what we there for as community. We done started taking up this position like we God, where we judging people and condemning people as if our slate is squeaky clean. And like, we don't want grace. Like, we don't, like, humans deserve grace. Kids, especially like young people, like, they deserve grace. They deserve the most grace. Sure, they parents. We could blame their parents. And we ain't making excuses for their parents. but they going through something crazy and they don't know how to deal with it. And everybody said, to hell with the community. So now we don't know our neighbors, whether we live next door, on top, behind, whatever. We don't. And whoever it was have done an amazing job at dividing the community to the point that we don't care about each other anymore. So now they can continue to systematically break us down. We don't even give a damn about ourselves no more or each other no more. So now they can continue to destroy education. They can continue to destroy our food. They can continue to destroy our music. They can continue to put these messages in music.
Divide us. Yeah.
Which takes us to our next segment, Shannon. You know, is it sounds or sorcery? When does entertainment become programming? And I might be somewhat hypocritical on this topic, Shannon. Because I could sit here and say, man, the messaging in this music is bananas. They telling kids to do all these stuff. They telling people to do this. And I'm the same dude that made Bow.
Move your body, girl.
She don't mess with broke. She mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, you ain't
put one hand on your head and juke your body, like. You know what I'm saying? I'm encouraging them to throw it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But I will say, you did it in the right way. You said you gonna wife her and then do those things. So I mean,
you feel me?
You was given the right.
You catch that?
Did you proper steps? You know what I'm saying? I will give you that.
You caught it. You caught that, Shannon. Shouts out to Supreme. You know who pointed that out to me? Supreme pointed that out to me, man. He was like, man, Ray, Bow was the most creative black love song ever. And I thought he was trying to be funny. He's like, man, think about it. He was like, man, you liked her first, and then you wifed her, and then you took her home.
And had the all-nighter.
Her body, you know what I'm saying? So it was a black love story. It was a story of love there.
My mind is blown.
You feel me?
And like I was playing it this weekend, so like now I'm not. I think about it differently.
Yeah. So it's like
black love into the community.
There we go. So there you go. Bow is the black love anthem. We just discovered that. And that's pretty much how the Bible say to go about it, right? Ain't that what so I'm in line with the Creator.
Just saying.
I'm in line with the Creator. They like he finna go to hell.
Even back then, that third.
You said even what, Shannon? Shannon, don't do this.
Come on, Shannon.
Shannon. Oh my God. All right, man. We talking about is it sound or sorcery? Once we figure out what's
look how she froze.
Whatever sorcery Shannon got going on. You gotta take a picture of how Shannon froze.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Oh, with her finger on her. Man. Don't go anywhere, y'all. We'll be right back, and maybe we'll have Shannon as well live on the lunch break. Truth 101.7 FM. Is it sound or sorcery? Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. I'm Chris Jackamick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jackamick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at mda75.org.
Welcome back to the lunch break with your boy Ray Nitty and maybe Shannon Maybe. Live.
Mic check.
There she go.
Move slow. Mic check. Hello.
Move your body, girl.
Hey.
That's so ratchet.
No, I can't stop. I can't stop it. No.
Man, so Shannon, you've been keeping me up to date. Shannon is my young spirit, by the way. She keeps me young. She keep my ear to the streets and what's going on in the streets. We talking about sound or sorcery. When does entertainment become programming? And this was based off of the conversation that has been happening surrounding India.Arie, that black shea cocoa butter queen, India.Arie. God bless India.Arie, man. And she had made a comment, Shannon, about your homegirl. Your homegirl had a song called Spin That. Young Miami had a song called
Hey, that's a melody.
First of all, there you go.
Hey, you hear?
Truth listeners are gonna put a gonna be like, nah, this ain't what we be listening to talking about. And
we going.
So
down.
That's the song that we talking about, y'all, if you don't know. But people have been talking about how, this type of music. We had D1 on our first show who talked about the importance of artists being responsible with the messaging that they're putting out to our people, saying that, it's programming us to do terrible things, whether that's scamming or murder or drugs or any of these other things that just doesn't add value to our lives. And, some people, it was a very split conversation. Once again, 833-212-1017 if you'd like to join the conversation or hit us up on YouTube. We're talking about when does entertainment become programming? And we want to relate it to Milwaukee and the programming that our young people experience, because we did have a whole Stoli epidemic and we had a dance to it too. And I feel like when the Stoli music was and the dance was at its peak, that's when our stolen car epidemic was at its peak as well. So people say, oh, it's just entertainment. But I believe at some point it does become programming, because we are people that move to the rhythm of music. We respond to the rhythm of the drum. And it's not just like, oh yeah, we just dancing. It's not true. Look at Shannon doing the Stoli dance. We are people that respond to rhythms and beats and music, and then at some point over those beats we have mantras, right, that constantly replay. Somebody did a study. I can't remember what the study was, but it was 2 plants, Shannon, and oh no, it wasn't 2 plants. I think it was like a basket of fruit or something like that. And the person was like, spoke lovingly to this fruit or plant. We'll go with fruit or plant, right? This one basket of fruit, they spoke nothing but loving, caring affirmations and so forth. And this other one, they just cussed the basket of fruit out, just was terrible to it. And what happened is you saw it to rapidly decay versus the one that was being spoken to with love. So what's your thought, Shannon, on the programming? And we're going to get into what some of the people have been saying about the NDRE and Young Miami stuff.
So let's start here, right? Before I get serious, I would like to say she's speaking love into our scamming community, okay? They deserve love too. She ain't said nothing bad about them. She's just speaking love, and maybe that's going to cause them to be better people.
And opinions expressed on this show does not represent the views and opinions of Truth 101.7.
I'm just giving y'all my reflection of her music. This is what I talk. I mean, it sounds like she trying to give them love and support and just uplift their community. Am I saying this right or wrong? I'm not. Her best friend, well, at the time, JT, went to jail for years for scamming. So, I mean, do with that information what you will. But what I will say is I do know of that study, and I do believe that to be true. The words you speak are important. The way you start your day is important. Affirmations and things that you hear over and over again definitely are important. But I'm not a big Miami fan, just because like I like people that show duality. I like people that can rap one thing and then like have a equation. That part.
I can dig it. And Mike did a little duality just now as well. But
yeah,
we gonna go to Kevin. Let's see what Kevin. We got Kevin on the line. Talk to us, Kev. You live on Truth 101.7.
It's a pleasure to be on the Truth. I believe in scripture a little bit there, where we are in the end times, and it talks about. Well, we know that Satan, he moved God with music. If it moves God, it's going to move people. So I'm not surprised that, where we are now and the influence we have through music, because music will move you. It was a time when white people didn't want people to go to James Brown to listen to him, because they knew it was going to change their whole attitude.
Yep.
So we know that music, and we're in the end time. So 2 Timothy talk about that. It says we are in perilous times. Men should be lovers of their own selves, boasters, proud. The word boasters to me is rappers. You're boasting about something that
you might be preaching right now, man. You might be preaching, Kev.
Well, I might be, but you know,
Go on, say that word, Kev.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's right.
So that's right. So that's the foundation, that I hold dear to me. Besides my mother and father teaching, I have to hold that scripture, and I'm not surprised by these times. I really ain't. I mean, people. It's about money. It's about sex. It's about drugs. It's about, but that music gonna move people, and.
So you said something that was very profound, Kev. You brought up scripture and God and Satan, and from what I remember, when I was heavy into the church, and maybe you got the Bible out, you could refer to it for me. But wasn't Lucifer wasn't the thing he had domain over was music?
I think he was the angel of music.
Wasn't he the angel of music and sound or something like that?
He was the instrument, pretty much.
There we go. So
horns blowed out of him, and go ahead.
Put that into perspective after you just made that statement, right? So knowing that in the Bible it said that Lucifer was like the angel of music. So why do we think like he's still not in it?
Exactly. That's the part.
Or controlling.
It took me a long time to figure. Yes. He's still working. The enemy's still working. He's cunning. They say be careful of his devices.
Yep.
Man,
Kev, thank you, Kev, for calling in Truth 101.7 FM on the lunch break with Ray and Shannon. I think that's very, very important, right? Because we like to use God and the Bible and everything for all of these other conversations that we have. Shouts out to the chat. The chat says, if music can heal you, it can harm you as well. It says, look at each era of music. They can tell you what was going on at that time, right? So knowing that, Shannon, and knowing that we it's in the Bible. I wish I could pull it up which scripture it was, but that Lucifer was the angel of music, and he used music to essentially lure people. I mean, like, think about it. What was R. Kelly's nickname?
Pied Piper?
The Pied Piper.
I was about to bring that up. And nobody thought nothing of that. The Pied Piper. Do y'all know that story?
Exactly.
No, what is it, though?
The Pied Piper?
Yeah.
The Pied Piper. Tell them the story, Shannon. Tell them the story about the Pied Piper.
I think it's a German folktale, if I'm not mistaken. And basically, it's a story of like this guy that did work for the townspeople or did something for the townspeople. They didn't pay him. So because they didn't pay him, he used music to lure all the children of the town away, and they never came back. So he was luring children away to teach the parents a lesson.
With music.
So for him to call himself that is actually
Come on, man.
Wow. It's actually insane. And nobody was like, why would you want to be called that?
And
why
he sang it so eloquently. He Pied Piped his way right into us being able to say, oh, we could separate the man from the music.
My head hurt.
Because he basically flat out said, I'm using music to lure children in. That's not.
Come on now.
He literally used music to influence to lure children away from their parents.
Love this weekend.
And it ain't even. And my thing is, it's not even a hidden message. This is
It's
a very
out there.
known.
Think of the songs.
Like, this ain't nothing nobody made up or.
He wrote "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number" for Aaliyah.
Yeah.
After,
like I said,
after marrying her, like. But
and then called himself the Pied Piper, but that's another story. He was like in people's face with it. Like, this is not creative direction. This is pedophilia. But anywho,
we're gonna take a break, y'all, because it's getting crazy. Go ahead and spin that on your lunch break, live on the Truth 101.7 FM. Don't go anywhere. It is Ray Nitty and maybe Shannon. Live on Truth.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You can't buy a best friend. You can love them, walk them, pet them, and care for them, whether they want you to or not. You can take a picture or 50. You can fly to the moon, travel the world, or just stay in bed. You can't buy a best friend like that, but you can adopt one. There are millions of pets waiting for a best friend just like you. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home? our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access. Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. Improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to health care and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Every time the devil opened his mouth, Jesus threw scripture in his mouth. He came back at him again and he said, devil, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone. It is written, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. He hit him over and over and over with the scripture. And guess what happened? The devil ran.
Welcome back to the Truth 101.7 FM, live in downtown Milwaukee, 3rd Street Market Hall from the American Family Insurance Studio. It's your boy Ray Nitty and maybe Shannon. This beat is going crazy. Shouts out to Anita Nicole in the YouTube chat. She said, so we're supporting scamming songs and carving out a space for bad behavior with music, then asking people to serve the community. So light the fire and bring the fire extinguisher. Endless cycle. I agree. We gotta figure it out. And it's okay to highlight our hypocrisies of the community, because a lot of them terrible songs, like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't be vibing out to some music that's probably undesirable, right? Like, I'm a musician, like, I hear good, but are we really listening to the words, or is it just the beats and the rhythms and things first, and then the words is secondary, but they the most important one? It's almost like what they say I guess this is reverse from medicine in the sugar, putting sugar in the medicine. This is like putting poison in the sugar, I guess. But I agree. We got the caller on line 1, Shannon.
Okay.
Let's see what they talking about.
Hey, what's going on, Shannon? Ray?
How you doing?
What's up? What's up?
I'm doing awesome. For me, when I hear specific times being bad times, I would say, and people point out a decade or a generation, I feel like they're being disingenuous because the King James version of the Bible was written in 1611, and most of the people in our community and throughout this nation couldn't tell you who King James is, but they claim that they live their lives by what is taught in his version of the Bible. And I'm sure you guys are aware that there are many other versions that are closer to where Jesus was actually from. So when we talk about music and evil having dominion over music, like everything else, is a personal choice, because you could sit down and listen to Jesus' Love by the Commodores. You could listen to One Love by Bob Marley, which has nothing to do with anything but love and God. You could listen to Children Hold On to Your Dreams by Ouija from the Dramatics. You could listen to It's Your World by Common. You can listen to I Know I Can by Nas, Harvest of the World by Isley Brothers. You can listen to, and I'm hoping you guys are familiar with this artist, Y.G. Marley. So I'm trying to cover
Come on now.
the spectrum of different time frames.
We know
Who is
Y.G.
Bob Marley's grandson?
Yeah, absolutely.
Praise
Jah
God
in the moonlight. Come on now.
And if
These
y'all would be
roads
kind
of
enough to
flames.
play that for the community, I think we could flip this. Today, we could flip this narrative that music controls you. There are many more bad listeners than bad musicians. And there are many more bad executives who promote that music more. But it is up to parents. It is up to communities. And in the end, you get one life, no matter how old you are. And the sooner that you figure that out, because you experience a lot more than from the outside, from the inside looking out as an individual. And children are much smarter than we give them credit for. They know good people when they see them. And if they're exposed to good and great music, I'll challenge you guys to play a few 5 or 6 of these type of songs every day as musicians to put medicine over this poison on a daily basis. I'm asking and requesting, because I know DJ Brother Z has a great catalog, and that would be great for the parents to hear, which they might share, because that's where we get our first music education is in the home. And so I think it's a personal choice, because there have been cowboy movies where people get shot. You see Bruce Willis in Die Hard hanging outside of a window, but how many people are going to climb 30 stories up and hang with one hand behind their back? You're not. So in the end, it becomes your personal choice to know that it's art and be taught that it's art, and teach your children that it's expression. And many times it's like NWA when I was growing up, they're just news reporting. And when it goes beyond that, it's up to the parent to point out that this is just trash that somebody wants to promote, like a song about boosting and where my boosting girls are, when you aren't a person who probably even does that, So
yep.
I think music is what you make it.
Yep. We appreciate that, the caller. We appreciate that, the caller. Man, so yeah.
Honestly,
Go ahead, Shannon.
The caller was on point with everything I was just going to say, just because I was going to say, honestly, like, I don't know if this is a good, like, what do you call it? Anyways, like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? A lot of times people are just reporting what they're already seeing. They're only singing what they've already done, what they've already been seeing consistently in the community, and what's already been pushed into the community. And like you said, it's on us to be able to teach children discernment and to differentiate, like, this is what's going on, but I'm gonna show you a different way. Yeah, this music is cool to listen to, whatever, but you also have to understand that's their story. That's what they're doing. That's their, expression. That's their art, whatever you want to call it. But you don't have to be a follower either or think that's the way to live. You also have to be a parent and parent your child. So like we just were talking about, a lot of things do start at home. and you can't stop your kids from seeing or hearing certain things. Like personally growing up, my mom like did not let us touch the radio in her car. Okay. And we couldn't listen to V100. Not to be, look, I don't want to get in trouble, but we could not. Like, y'all gonna listen to this smooth jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all. And my dad, when we got in the car, we was listening to Bob Marley, and that's it. That's all. That's all we got. Bob Marley or smooth jazz. So you can't stop a child from growing up and doing their own thing or taking certain songs and like falling in love with it or being attracted.
Right. So we got a couple of people in the chat. Amy Watkins said, my answer was Summerfest is responsible. The accountability is the crowd. She also says, man, don't worship music. Easy. And Anita Nicole said, facts. She also said the caller was spot on. CTB says, we got to talk about these labels and owners. Why do they push these kind of songs? Because we know who they pushing it to. So I think that's what the caller was saying as well. He was saying we got to get into these label execs and so forth. I even saw we got Amy calling in as well. We'll get to her in a second. But I saw where Charlemagne was asking one executive, I want to say it was Leon Coher, and was asking him, like, why do you push this type of music? And his legitimate answer was, I got to feed my family. This was the white man saying that when asked, why do you push this destructive music? You know? And he said he had to feed his family. Go ahead.
But I feel like that was his way of saying this is what's working. Like, this is what's selling, and I don't care what it is. If it's selling, I'm going to sell it. Supply and demand. Like I said, it's more so what's already being, it's what's being uplifted. So this is working. Why change it up?
So let me ask
that's what
this.
I look at it as.
Zach, you a DJ, right? You know how breaking records come about, right? It's frequent repetition.
Yep.
Do you believe that these records is what was selling, or these records is what was paid to be promoted and forced upon us, so much so that we started liking these records?
Yeah, so much that we started liking them, because there was a lot of popular songs within the last 2 or 3 years that I'm like, I do not like this. I can't stand listening to it. And now I find myself playing some of these exact songs every time that I'm DJing.
100%. And that's
you throw TikTok in there, put a little dance with it.
There you go, right? Now, social media, when you add the dance factor to it, it makes it so much more enjoyable, quote unquote, because now you're getting views for it. Now you're going viral for it. Let's go see what Amy's talking about. Amy, how you doing? You are live on The Truth with Ray, Nitty, and Shannon.
Yo, I just text Ray, Nitty, and Bow came up. You understand? Music moves us. Music moves us. Okay, let me share a quick story with you, just for controversy. 11 years old, looking out the window. Supposed to be in bed, yeah, but I'm looking out the window because it's loud music going on, and it's clearly the teenagers older than me, 18 to 21, I would suggest. Hey, Uncle Luke, okay? Don't stop, sweetie. You know the rest.
Yeah.
I was amazed. You understand me? I didn't know what was happening.
Shannon is terrible.
I didn't know what was happening. Get it, and don't stop? Okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in my home, same time, Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror, was one of those first songs that touched me. It was like, I'm old, I'm getting older, and, you get touched. You feel sincerity. Things aren't just playing around you. You kind of, I get it. I'll make that change. So music has a way of giving you an escape and an excuse without any other balance or truth to the songs and the momentum and what you hear in your life should be validated. There's always something else to idolize. I love Jodeci, but my mama said I can't listen to Freaking You.
Well.
At the same time, she was rebellious and would have her kids in the car listening to Shoop. And I really was proud of her for she didn't let nobody tell her that it was wrong for her kids to be listening to Shoop because it was her jam. So I think that there's a exciting excuse to blame music and the technology and the social aptitude of it just because there's other things that aren't as powerful as music. And when it's old music, that's the part I think I'm focused on personally, is that you should share music that's before a time or music that is outside of, being conformed into, oh, okay, I like it. Surprisingly, I like Elvis Presley for several reasons. And I like that in those conversations, it's like, all right, I see, because you have a perspective of music. I think that would be the solution for anyone that finds a young person influenced by music in a negative way. Mind you, we all have. You really got to give kids a break. They know the music is stupid. They know the music is an escape. And as smart as I am, one time, the dumb music kind of helped me just, not think so much.
But do they know the dumb music is programming? That's what we are trying to get some sort of understanding of. And it's easy to just blame music, right? It's easy to. Thank you, Amy, once again. Shouts out to Amy, man. Amy is a phenomenal individual in the city of Milwaukee, doing amazing, amazing things, from fashion to art to all types of amazing things. But Shannon, we was talking about movies. What about the movies that's been perpetuated? Because I don't think movies get nowhere near as much slack or backlash like music does, because I don't know if it's because we criticize the black people that are making the music and it's easy or whatever that is. It's low hanging fruit, but the callers clearly said, he talked about Die Hard. You know what? I think they got a problem when black people do it, because when I did hear about people talking about movies and it's terrible programming. Remember when they was protesting 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying movie? That was the one time I felt like I heard people protesting movies and about it being negative and so forth. Every song
I
has its
agree
time.
with that.
Go ahead, Shannon. My bad. I was just reading the chat.
No, I definitely agree with that. And like we were just saying before, movies and TV and songs, of course, they have some type of leverage or some type of influence on the way we think and move, but it's on us to kind of raise our children to understand that this is music, this is not a way of life, and show them other ways to live and move throughout their lifetime, right?
Right.
I also do think when it comes to that song specifically, the only thing that bothers me, I agree, like some music is just straight up out of hand, right? But I do think Young Miami is getting a lot of slack when there are songs that have been broken, that have been bigger, that are way worse. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
Or like murder.
Yeesh. And then Zach brought it up too. Actually, the Young Miami song, it was written by like 6 dudes, if I'm not mistaken, and one chick, one woman was the co-writer on that song, if I'm not mistaken. Real quick before we go to break, American Family Insurance is a proud sponsor of The Truth since 1927. They've been committed to helping families protect what matters most. With the right home and auto coverage built around your real life, because when you've worked hard to build something, you want protection that works just as hard for you. That peace of mind means you're free to focus on your goals, your family, and the dreams you're chasing. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance, American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to The Lunch Break on the Truth 101.7. When we come back, we'll be talking to Leslie online too, y'all.
Don't go anywhere. At UW Milwaukee, students don't have to wait until college to start building their future. Roar Ready lets students K through 12th grade join in hands-on programs across campus. From science and tech to arts, sports, and more, students try new things, meet new people, and build skills that matter. Programs are led by UW Milwaukee faculty, staff, and current students. And it's easy to register online. Get started today at uwm.edu/roarready. UW Milwaukee. Roar Ready. Your child's future starts here.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking. Now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before to come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting.
What up, y'all? What up, y'all? Welcome back to the lunch break, the extendo lunch break on Truth 101.7 FM with your boy Ray Nitty and my homegirl maybe Shannon. Shooter Shannon, what it do? How you feeling? Talk to me.
What up? I'm feeling all right. We making it happen.
Man, this is the extendo. Amy Watkins said, let's not forget rap has its way of highlighting subcultures. Man, yeah, we talking about is entertainment programming or is it just entertainment? And I think we've came to the conclusion that it is more than just programming. It's more than just entertainment. It is definitely programming, but it's programming on multiple levels because we have film, we have music, we have TV shows, and so forth. And they say I can't remember how the exact saying was, but it say if you want a man to believe he's something else, show him that vision of himself over and over and over again, and they'll become that. So if you continuously show young black people as thugs and violent and so forth, that's what the generation will become. If you show them as students, teachers, leaders, so forth, I think that's what the generation will become. Let's go see what Leslie is talking about. Leslie, how you feeling today? Talk to us. You live on the lunch break.
Hi, thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to make light on the issue with the song from Young Miami. If we lived in an ideal world where you can say that, parents teach their kids a certain way, then, hopefully that kind of music would influence their brain. But we don't live in that world right now. We live in a world where there's a lot of parents that are 40 and under. I'm sorry, and they are not really raising their kids. So if your kid is out there in the streets around other peers who is also coming from the same household, you're going to easily be influenced by what each other do and by what you hear on the radio or in music or wherever. So I think that song, and I hate to say anything negative about a young woman who is doing something, making her money or whatever, but our kids are not being raised. Some of them are not being raised right. The parents are in their own world, and these kids are out here raising themselves. Yep. So to say that, parents should say certain things to help their kids out, that would be good. Some of them is doing that, but a lot of them are not. So that's just my take on that. And thank you for taking my call.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you for calling the Truth family. Shannon, what you think of what Leslie just said?
I guess I do understand that, but like we said before, it's more than just the music. You have to change what they're watching. You have to change the news they're watching. You have to change the music, the books they're reading. When people started reading books and newspapers, people were freaking out like, oh my goodness, it's programming. You just have to make sure there's that duality. And as I said earlier, I'm not really much of a Miami.
That's true. Where you go, Shannon? Shannon.
There you are.
Come back and play.
What's wrong with y'all?
There she goes.
What's funny is when that happens, I can still hear y'all.
That's
Anyway.
even funnier.
That's hilarious. So I'll be over here dying. But what I was saying was, like, I like Meg Thee Stallion, who also went to school and also did all these other things. Like, I like listening to artists that also has like other things about themselves and isn't just pushing one thing. Because as we said before, when you think of baddies, we also listening to the music and then we got the visuals here. If we're listening to music and then we watch these interviews and these people are pushing other things, it gives somebody different perspective. So I think the word here is duality and being able to vibe to music and understand, hey, like in a perfect world, parents are parenting, right? But that's just not gonna happen, and music ain't the only thing. Miami is crazy to me.
Yeah.
But anyways, make sure you follow us.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's how Shannon.
You know what I'm saying? Look.
Hey, man. Shouts out to Anita Nicole. She says, side note, I'm glad about this extra hour so we can get into it. Salute to Ray Nitty and she said baby Shannon. And maybe Shannon. I think that was just a
double
typo. Right. She says your growth on the airwaves is showing. Thank you, Anitra. We really, really, really appreciate that, man. Man, Shannon, tell the people where they can find us and take us home.
Man, thank you for rocking with us today on the extended lunch break. Make sure you follow Ray Nitty at Ray Nitty across all platforms, RAYNITTI, and follow me, Maybe Shannon, across all platforms, MAYBESHANNON_, and check out the lunch break on Facebook. Make sure you follow us. We almost at 500, all right?
Make sure y'all follow us once again. Hey, man, Shannon, somebody said, EG said time to get some better internet. Don't go anywhere. Manon the Nine is up next. Thank y'all for tuning in to the extended lunch break, y'all, on Truth 101.7.
Yeah, Summerfest.
We about to pick some grapes next, y'all.
What did he do to make them niggas that mad?